So, hi everyone, and welcome all in the first part of JEE Mains paper solution for 2nd September 2020, shift 1. Right? In last videos, I uploaded the paper solution of 10th January, and from now I will going to upload the paper solutions of 2020 papers, which were held in the September, right, for the reference of the students who will going to appear in the current JEE mains examination, which will going to held in the month of February. Okay, see, the main aim of introducing this kind of videos to all the student is just to get the proper idea that what kind of questions were previously asked in the examination, because from the time they introduced this type of pattern of JEE mains, they have followed the fixed pattern from each and every chapters, right? So this is my main aim, to let you all know about the different ways of questions, and from them you can just get the better conceptual idea to solve the remaining ones. Okay, so hope you all will going to understand this, and if you like this, share this and subscribe the channel, and don't forget to click the bell icon to get the further notifications. Okay, so let me start with the session. So very first question of this paper is belongs to the category of system of solution of linear equations. And if you just have an observation that this category of the questions, they have asked frequently in each and every papers, right? So the system of solution of equation based questions, they have asked frequently and regularly in each and every paper, in every phase. Okay, so this concept is very important. Now just check what we have. That let S be the set of all the values of lambda belongs to R for which the system of equation has no solution. Then set contains. Now, if the system has no solution, the first thing, this system is non-homogeneous. Okay, and if you know the method of the rank method, if you know the rank method, then it will be quite easy. But if you don't, then we'll go with some other method also. That for the rank of method, your without the method of rank of matrix, if you want to solve this, then the delta the main delta which we can get by using the coefficients of x, y, and z, that must be 0, that is 2 minus 1 2, 1 minus 2 lambda, and 1 lambda 1, that will be equals to 0, that must be equals to 0. Now let's just give the expansion. So it's 2 into minus 2 minus lambda square plus 1 into 1 minus lambda square plus 2 into lambda plus 2 equals to 0. So I have minus 4 minus 2 lambda square plus 1 minus lambda square plus 2 lambda plus 4 equals 0. Hence minus 3 lambda square plus 2 lambda and plus 1 equals to 0. Let me bring minus sign outside. So 3 lambda square minus 2 lambda minus 1 equals to 0. So we can easily make up factors from this, that 3 lambda plus 1 and lambda minus 1 equals to 0. So we'll get two values of lambda. First as minus 1 by 3 and second one is 1. Now this could not be the answer directly, because to have a no solution condition, this must satisfy delta x or delta y or delta z, any of these three determinants not equals to 0. At least one of them must not equals to 0. So let me find out delta x. I know it will be quite lengthy, but apart from rank of matrix method, if you want to go with this determinant method, then it will consume your time. So let me find out delta x first of all. So delta x will be minus 1, 2, minus 2, minus 1, 2, minus 2, then minus 2 lambda plus 4, minus 2 lambda plus 4, and the last one will be lambda 0 minus lambda 1 minus 4. Chalo, let me solve this delta x. So minus 1 into minus 4 lambda minus 4, minus 2 into 8 minus 4 lambda, and minus 2 into minus 2 minus lambda square. So it will be 4 lambda plus 4 minus 16 plus 8 lambda and plus 4 plus 2 lambda square. So we'll have 2 lambda square plus 12 lambda, and 4 plus 4, 8 minus 16, that is minus 8. Let me bring 2 common. So lambda square plus 6 lambda minus 4, right? So if you want to make the factors, right? So we can say that for both of these lambda, values of lambda minus 1 by 3 and 1, this won't be 0. So delta x not 0 for either lambda equals minus 1 by 3 or lambda equals 4. Sorry, lambda equals 1. That means if I'm considering these two values minus 1 by 3 and 1 as the value of lambda for which the determinant is equals to 0, then for this two value my delta x won't be 0. So these two are the possible values for which I can say that system has no elements, no solution, right? But just a minute guys, actually I made a mistake. Let me tell you that here it won't be, it is not lambda square, it is lambda only. So we'll get here lambda also. So this quadratic equation will be different. Let me complete this. So now it will be minus 2 lambda square, then minus lambda plus 1 equals to 0. So 2 lambda square plus lambda minus 1 equals to 0. So the factors of minus 2 is subtraction is plus 1. So I would like to say that 2 lambda plus 1, sorry, 2 lambda minus 1, and sorry, it will be plus here. So here it will be minus. So 2 lambda plus 1 and lambda minus 1 equals to 0. So lambda has two values, 1 and minus half. But again, for both of these values, delta x won't be 0, right? This won't be 0. And hence which satisfy the system of no solution. So how many values we'll get? We'll get two values. That means the answer will be, it contains exactly two elements. Okay. So the first thing you need to keep in your mind that this is a non-homogeneous system which has a solution like delta x minus y by delta y, z by delta z, and minus 1 upon delta. This delta is the determinant made by the cofactors of x, y, and z. And this delta x I found out. So according to the condition, if it is delta x by delta, if it is delta y by delta, and if it is z equals delta z by z, z delta, then this delta must be 0. And any one of delta x, delta y, and delta z must not be 0. So we just use this theory to find out the system having no solution. Okay. And for which we got two solutions. So that will be the answer. Okay. So hope you're all getting this. Moving with the next one. Now, this question is belongs to three-dimensional geometry. That is chapter number 11. Just check what is given to us. That the plane is passing through 2 points. So 2 points are already given to us. And parallel to line. The line is quite different. Just check, it is 2x equals 3y and z equals 1. So we can consider this as x by 3 equals y by 2, and this is z minus 1 by 0, or I can say z equals 1. Let me see. And if I want to make in form of a Cartesian equation, so I can write down that z minus 0 by 3 equals y minus 0 by 2 equals z minus 1 by 0. So let me say that a bar is the point on the line which is 0, 0, 1, and the direction vector will be 3, 2 and 0. Also, we have a plane. That plane is passing through 2 points. Let me say, those 2 points are given to us. Those 2 points are 1, 2, 1 and 2, 1, 2. So let's say C of 1, 2, 1, C bar of 1, 2, 1, and B bar as 2, 1, 2. So these are the 2 points from which the plane is passing. And also it is parallel to the line. This is L bar with having direction L bar. Now what to do? We need to find out the equation of a plane first of all. And once you're able to find out it, you can just put the options into the equation of plane to check that which point is going to satisfy the plane. Now, how many things are required to get an equation of a plane? So there are compulsory 2 things required. First, the normal. Second, the point. We already had point. We already have point. So to get the normal, we need to do the cross product of any 2 non-collinear vectors. So now just check properly. If I will say that this point is C and this point is B, so one of the vector I can definitely get by taking B bar minus A bar. Now, as the line is parallel to the plane, any parallel vector which is parallel vector to the line can be in the plane also. Let me bring that point to you. See, let me say that this is my plane. Consider. Now, this is my line which is given to you. Now, if this line is parallel to the plane, so any vector parallel to this line can be inside the plane also. Definitely. Right? If a line is parallel to the plane, so any vector parallel to this line can also be in the plane. So I can consider that vector could be, let's say, again L bar, right? So by taking B bar minus C bar cross L bar, I will get the equation of plane, normal. So here I can say that here normal N bar equals B bar minus C bar cross L bar. Now what is B bar minus C bar will be 2 minus 1, 1, 1 minus 2 minus 1 and 2 minus 1, 1. Cross the direction vector will have, we have 3, 2, 0. So let's do the cross product of them. So I, J, K, 1 minus 1, 1, 3, 2, 0. So it will be 0 minus 2, then 0 minus minus plus 3. And 1, 2 plus 3, that is 5. So this will be the normal. Hence equation of plane will be, therefore equation of plane will be R bar dot N bar equals C bar dot N bar. Either you can take C bar dot N bar or you can take B bar dot N bar, right? So any point which is in the plane you can use. So it will be X, Y, Z dot minus 2, 3, 5 equals C bar is what? 1 to 1 dot minus 2, 3, 5, hence minus 2x plus 3y plus 5z equals minus 2 plus 6 plus 5. Hence your answer will be minus 2x plus 3y plus 5z equals 9. Right, everyone? So this is my equation of plane. And now from the options, you have to put this, from the options, you have to put the points one after another in the plane, right? So I can say that check from the option. Okay. Check from the option. Okay. So by checking from the option, I will say that A is your answer because minus 2, 0, 1 will going to satisfy the option, the plane. Just check minus 2. So minus 2 minus 2, 4, 0 and 1, that is 5. So 4 plus 5, 9 equals to 9. Okay. So option A is the answer. Right? That is minus 2, 0 and 1. This point is on the plane. Okay. Now in third question. This question, I think was the repeated one, because it was also previously asked in JEE. I don't know exactly right now in which year it was. But just check, alpha and beta are the roots of the equation 5x square. Here, let me write down that 5x square plus 6x minus 2 equals 0. And if alpha and beta are the roots, then alpha plus beta equals minus 6 by 5 and alpha beta equals minus 2 by 5. What you need to find out? Sn is given as alpha raised to n plus beta raised to n. So you need to justify that which is the correct option. Now let's just check. If it is 5s6, s6 means what? Alpha raised to 6 plus beta raised to 6. S5 means alpha raised to 5 plus beta raised to 5. And S4, that is alpha raised to 4 plus beta raised to 4. Now it is very difficult to get such higher power, right? That if I want to get alpha raised to 4 plus beta raised to 4, so it will take a lot of time to find out that. So we need to think something different about this, right? So if you just check, the coefficients are like 5, 6, and 2. And the similar kind of coefficients we already have here. Just check 5, 6, and 2. So what I will do, let me say that it is 5 alpha square plus 6 alpha minus 2 equals 0, as well 5 beta square plus 6 beta minus 2 equals 0. Now what I will do, I will multiply with alpha to the power 4, right? So 5 alpha raised to 4 plus 6 alpha raised to, sorry, as I multiply with 4, I will get 6 plus 6 alpha raised to 5 and minus 2 alpha raised to 4 equals 0. Same way here, I will going to multiply with beta raised to 4. So I will get 5 beta raised to 6 plus 6 beta raised to 5 and minus 2 beta raised to 4 equals 0. Now let's do the addition of these two equations. So what we'll get? We'll get 5 alpha raised to 6 plus beta raised to 6 plus 6 alpha raised to 5 plus beta raised to 5 and minus 2 alpha raised to 4 plus beta raised to 4 equals 0. So now if you just observe, this we can write as 5s5, sorry, 5s6 plus this will be 6s5 and minus 2s4 equals 0. Hence 5s6 plus 6s5 equals 2s4. This is your answer. Just check from the options that which is the correct one. 5s6 plus 6s5 equals 2s4. That is D is your answer, right? So in majority cases, students think that Sn equals alpha raised to n plus beta raised to n. So let us find out alpha raised to 6 plus beta raised to 6. But it will consume many time, so much time, right? So rather than using the conventional method, you need to think out of the box. Okay, so it is just from the observations. Okay, so moving with the next. Now this question is belongs to the category of matrices. What is given? That let A be a 2 cross 2 matrix with entries only 0 and 1 with condition determinant A not 0. Consider the following two statements. If A is not I2, determinant A equals minus 1. And if determinant A equals to 1, then trace of A equals 2. Where I2 denotes 2 cross 2 identity. Now we need to check that whether P is false, Q true. That means we need to just justify or check the truthness value of these two statements. Now, first of all, if all the entries of a 2 cross 2 matrices are 0 and 1, then total matrices will be 16. Right? Let me assume that if A is equals to ABCD, then the first place we can fill by 2 ways, then second can be also filled by 2 ways, third will be also 2 ways. So total 16 matrices will get. Now among them, we have a condition that determinant A not 0. So let me find out that among 16, among 16, how many determinants are there for which the answer won't be 0, right? So I can say that A is equals to 1, 1 and or 1 0 0 1. That will be the matrix, right, for which determinant does not have answer 0. Same way 1 1 1 0. Okay, similarly 0 1 1 1. Similarly 0 0 sorry 1 1 0 1 and 1 1 1 0, sorry, 1 0 1 1 and 0 0 1 1. Just check, these are the matrices I'm going to write down among the 16 matrices for which the answers are determinant has answered not equals to 0. Now rather than if you check any the rest of the matrices, right, you will get answer equals to 0 only. Okay, so if you just check once, right, all the 6 matrices does not have answer equals to 0 of the determinant. Okay, now just identify that which is the matrix is not equals to identity. So this is not identity, this is also not an identity, this is also not an identity, this is also not an identity, and this is not an identity. So 1 2 3 4 and 5, these 5 matrices are not an identity matrices, and for them whether the determinant is always -1. So I would like to say that no, not necessarily, because if I check the determinant for this matrices, so it is equals to 1. So for every matrices with a not equals to I2, determinant is not equals to -1, right? So I can say that for every that here, for every matrix with a not equals to I2, determinant equals to -1 is not possible. Is not possible. No doubt. We have so many examples. We have this matrix whose determinant is -1. This is also the matrix whose determinant is -1. But if you just check this two and this one and this one, you will say that you can say that this two determinant, this two matrices has not determinant equals to -1, though they are not identity. Okay. Now just check for the second point. What is second point? So I can say, let me write down that therefore P is false. Now let me check for Q. What is Q? That if determinant is 1, then its trace equals to 2. Okay, so let me check that which two determinant has equals, which two matrices has determinant equals to 1. So let's say this is 1. So for, let me say, for determinant A equals 1, which are the matrices? The matrices will be 1 0 0 1, then 1 1 0 1, correct, and 1 0 1 1. So these are the 3 matrices whose determinant has answer equals to 1, and that trace. So what is the trace? Trace means the sum of principal diagonal elements. So just check, in all 3 cases the answer of the trace of matrix is equals to 2. So for all, the trace of A is equals to 2. Therefore Q is true. So what is our answer here? That P is false, but Q is true, right? So P is false, but Q is true. So hope you all understand this, right, everyone? Now in this question, we want to find out the domain of fx. See, we already given mod of x plus 5 by x square plus 1. We have already given the domain as minus infinite to minus and 8 infinite, but we need to find out value of a. So now as this value is in the sine inverse, so we know that sine inverse has domain -1 to 1. So I can say that this angle must be from -1 to 1 only. Now just be careful. As we know that x square plus 1 is always positive, if I multiply with x square plus 1 on both the sides, my inequality will remain same. Then let's subtract with 5. So we'll get minus x square minus 6 less or equals to mod x less or equals to x square minus 4. Now it is a very common genuine thing that minus x square minus 6 is always negative, right? And modulus is always gives you positive answer, right? So what I can say that this we can write as 0 less or equals to mod x less or equals to x square minus 4. So let me make this as an equation, x square minus 4. So I would like to say that 0 less or equals to x square minus mod x minus 4. So can I say it is like mod x square minus mod x minus 4 greater than or equals to 0? right? Now this is the quadratic equation in form of mode of x. So therefore, I can say mode of x will be minus of minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac upon 2. So 1 plus or minus root of 17. So minus 1 square, that is 1, plus 16, that is 17 by 2. As this will be the value of modulus f, modulus x, this won't be negative. Therefore, modulus x has only one possible answer, that is 1 plus root 17 by 2. See, as I said, this is the value of modulus of x. So if I want to remove this modulus, my answer would be plus or minus, right? So therefore, I can say that x will be plus or minus 1 plus root 17 by 2. Okay, everyone. And as you need to justify the inequality, we have two critical points, minus 1 plus root 17 by 2 and 1 plus root 17 by 2. So on the left side, both are positive, sorry, negative, then multiplication will be positive. So here negative and here again positive. So what should be the factors are? We can write down the factors as, or the interval as, x belongs to minus infinite to minus 1 plus root 17 by 2 with open interval union 1 plus root 17 by 2 to infinite with closed interval. So here is the answer, and hence if you check from the options, we'll get A as the correct answer. A has, sorry, 1 plus root 17 by 2 is the correct answer. Once again, what I did, I just took minus the domain of sine inverse as minus 1 to 1. So I took mod x plus pi by x square plus 1 between minus 1 to 1. Then I multiply with x square plus 1 as it is a positive. Then inequality remains as it is. Then I subtract 5. By using that, I get that minus x square minus 6 is always negative, right? So modulus x will start from 0 only. So 0 to x square minus 4. And then I made a quadratic equation in form of mod x. So we'll get mod x as two values, 1 plus or minus root 17. But as mod x gives you only positive answer, so 1 plus root 17 by 2 is the only value, right? But for mod x, it is 1 plus root 17. So for x, it will be my plus or minus 1 plus root 17 by 2. Right, everyone? So these are the two critical points. And now to get the greater than 0 inequality, we can say that it can be either less than minus 1 plus root 17 by 2 or greater than 1 plus root 17 by 2. Okay. So therefore, A will be 1 plus root 17 by 2 is your answer. Okay, everyone? Moving with the next one. Now, it is from the conic section that a line parallel to the straight line 2x minus y equals 0 is the tangent to the hyperbola at the point x1 y1, then x1 square plus 5y1 square is equals to dash. We need to find out. So here the point is we need to get the point first of all, right? Now, if any line, let me say, you have 2-3 ways to solve this question. See, we know that for any tangent, right, of hyperbola at a point x1, y1, we can write as xx1 by a square minus yy1 by b square is equals to 1. You can use this condition to compare with this line also. Or here you have an equation of line in terms of slope also, that y equals mx plus or minus root a square m square minus b square also. You can use this theory also. Okay, and then you can get the point of intersection with this equation of hyperbola. You can also use that also. You can also use that, right? So we need to decide that which will be the easy one and lesser time consuming. Okay, so I will do that method, that let the tangent of the hyperbola is y equals mx plus or minus root of a square m square minus b square, right? where y equals mx plus or minus root of a square that is 4. So 4m square minus b square that is 2, right? Here tangent is parallel to the line y equals 2x, implies we can say that m equals 2, right? So therefore I can say that y equals 2x plus or minus root of, now 2 square that is 4, 4, 4, 16 minus 2 that is root of 14. Now from the equation, from hyperbola, I need to put this value, right? So therefore I can say that x square by 4 minus 2x plus or minus root 14 whole square by 2 equals 1. So I can say that x square minus 2, 4x square plus or minus 4 root 14x plus 14 equals 4. So x square minus 8x square, then minus plus 8 root 14x minus 28 equals to 4, right? But as we just checked, this equation has become very much of complicated. So let's try to go with some other method. See, it happens, right? And I already told you that it has 2-3 methods, right? Now what I will do, let me go with the method of differentiation also. Just check. I will go with the method of differentiation. Just check that slope of, here I can say that for x square by 4 minus y square by 2 equals 1, slope of tangent equals 2x by 4 minus 2y by 2 dy by dx equals 0. Therefore dy by dx equals 2 to cancel, 2 by 4, it will be x upon 2y, right? This will be the slope of tangent. Here tangent is parallel to the line y equals to x, which have also slope equals to 2. So what I can say, that this slope and this slope are equal. So x upon 2y equals 2. Hence x equals, we have 4y, right? This is one of the equation. Now let's just put this equation from the in the equation of hyperbola. So now from equation of hyperbola, we'll have x square that is 4y square by 4 minus y square by 2 equals 1. And it is 16y square by 4 minus y square by 2. Therefore, if you have any confusion, let me say that this slope at x1 y1, let me say. So at x1 y1, the slope will be x1 into y1. So it will be x1 into y1, x1 into y1. Now the point is also on the curve, right? So I can say that x1 square by 4 minus y1 square by 2 equals to 1. If you don't have any confusion, that is why I'm just writing like this. Okay. So if you have any confusion, it will be definitely solved out from this. So 4 y1 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 y1. So now just check, it will be 4y1 minus y1 square by 2 equals 1. So it will be 8 minus 1, that is 7 y1 square by 2 equals 1. And I will get y1 square as 2 by 7, right? And from this, let me find out if I put the same thing here. So therefore x1 square equals 16 y1 square, implies x1 square will be 32 by 7. And now which value I want to find out? We have to find out x1 square plus 5y1 square, right? Okay. So therefore, now x1 square plus 5y1 square that is 32 by 7 plus 10 by 7. So 42 by 7, that is answer will be 6, right? So x1 square plus 5y1 square is equals to 6, and that is your answer. That is option number C. So such things can also happen with you during the examination, that maybe you will do some different method, right? And as I told you that this question can be done by, we can use 2 or 3 different methods, 2 methods directly from the conic section, and the method which I use right now is from the replication of derivative, right? So don't worry about such situations, but the point is you need to keep all such different methods in your mind, and the best point is which that at the time when you apply the correct and the best method on the during the examination, that will be the best option for you. Okay, so you need to be very much of careful while solving such kind of questions. Okay, now in next question we have that point P of HK is on the curve nearest to the line y equals 3x minus 3. Then the equation of a normal at point P is dash. So how many things we require? First of all, the point P of HK, because to get a line, an equation of a line, we need either 2 points or a point and a slope. Now, one of the important concept over here that we can apply is, if I say that this is one of the parabola I have, and let's say this is the point P, and if there is a line, so if this point is nearest to the line, then their perpendicular distance must be there, right? And any line parallel to this becomes the tangent at the point P, right? This will become the tangent, right? So the slope of tangent is equals to the slope of this line, which is given to you. Let's say this line is y equals 3x minus 3, having slope equals 3. Therefore, slope of tangent is equals to 3. And compulsory, the normal will be something like this. This will be the normal, right? So normal and tangents are perpendicular to each other. Therefore, slope of normal is equals to minus 1 by 3. Right, everyone? So now we have slope, right? So now the only thing we need to find out here is the point P of HK. Let me tell you that concept once again. What I did, see, I assume that this can be the graph of parabola. There is a point P on the line, on that parabola, and this P has the minimum distance from this given line. And that distance, minimum distance, is always a perpendicular distance. So there must be a tangent passing through the point P that parallel to this given line, right? So we got the slope of the tangent, and also the normal at that point will be the perpendicular to the tangent as well, right? So slope of the normal we can also have. Now it is time to get value of P. Now here P is on, here P of HK is on the curve. So I can say that K square equals, sorry, K equals H square plus 7H plus 2. Now let's do the slope. So dy by dx will be 2x plus 7. So at point HK, it has twice h plus 7, right? And the slope of tangent, this derivative is equals to the slope of tangent at point HK. And that slope is already, we have 3. So I can say, sorry, twice h equals minus 4, and h equals minus 2. As h equals minus 2, we'll get k as minus 2 square, that is 4, 4 plus 2, 6, and 6 minus 14, that is minus 8. So we have HK, we have point, we have slope minus 1 by 3. So let's try to find out the equation of normal. So I can say that equation of normal, y minus k equals slope, that is minus 1 by 3 x minus h, and y minus plus 8 equals minus 1 by 3 x plus 2, as we got h as minus 2 and k as minus 8, right? So from this we can obtain like 3y plus 24 equals minus x minus 2, and it will be x plus 3y plus 26 equals to 0. This will be the answer, right? And if I want to just check the options, then the options are right. D is the answer, right? So it is again a basic and major concept of a conics, as well the application of derivative. Okay. Now this question is very important. This is from the chapter number. This is from the chapter number 8, application of integral. But this is a very important chapter question. Just check. Very conceptual chapter question. See, mod x by 2 plus mod y by 3 equals 1, and x square by 4 plus y square by 9 equals 1. So here from this I can say that a square equals 9, hence a equals 3, and b square equals 4, that is b equals 2. So let me first plot the graph of an ellipse. So that graph will be compulsory like this. Sorry for this. It must be something like this, let's say, right? So this is the point 2 0. This is the point minus 2 0. This is the point 0 3, and this is the point 0 minus 3. And your line will be compulsory like this, which passes through these 2 points. So first line will be like this. Second line will be passing through. Let me just first of all remove these 2 points. Okay, second line will be compulsory passing through these 2. So it will be something like this. The figure is so something like this, right? Then this will be the third line, and here is the fourth line, I can say. So you can easily understand what kind of figure we have. Okay, because mod x by 2 plus mod y by 3 is equals to 1 has 4 different figures for both positive values of x and y. For x less than 0, x negative and y positive. Then for both negative and x negative positive and y negative, right? Now just check. We need area of the region outside the line and inside the ellipse. So what kind of area we need to find out? We're going to find out these 4 regions. So this is first, this is second, this is third, and this will be fourth, right? These 4 regions we need to find out. Now, if you know that required area A is equals to 4 times area 1 minus area 2. Now, see, there is no need to go with the integration, right? We can solve this question without an integration. Now, here, what is area 1? So, area 1 is the area bounded by an ellipse, and the area bounded by the ellipse is what? That, let me write down here, area bounded by the ellipse A1 will be pi AB, and area bounded by the line, that is half AB, half base into altitude, right? These two are the direct equations for the area of ellipse as well as the line. Okay, now as we are considering in the first quadrant only, this area we need to divide it by 4. So now it will be, so this area will be A1 4 into 1 by 4 pi A into B, A into B, that is 2 into 3, and minus half into A into B, that is 2 into 3. So now I can say it is 4 into 3 pi by 2 minus 3. And if you take something common, we can say 3 common, or if you want to check that, if you take 3 common, so it will be 12 pi by 2 minus 1. And to just do the proper answer, we'll get 2 inside the bracket. So 6 into pi minus 2. This is how we can get the direct answer. Now it is just make the answer equal to the option. So as A is the answer, just check 6 into pi minus 2. Hope you all clear with this. See, I told you two major and very important equations. First equation is what? That the total area bounded by the ellipse is pi AB. But if I want to find out in the first quadrant only, so in the first quadrant, like this, that if this is an ellipse, so this area, and this area, this total area is defined as pi AB. But as I wanted to find out in the first quadrant only, so this area will be founded by, we can found like the pi AB, the whole area in the first quadrant by ellipse minus this triangle's area made by the line. Okay, so this is how you can check this question directly now without doing any kind of integrations. Okay, next. Chalo, in next question we have from the probability that box 1 contains 30 cards numbered 1 to 30 and box 2 contains 20 cards numbered 31 to 50. A box is selected at random and a card is drawn from it. The number on the card is found to be a non-prime. The probability that the card was drawn from box 1. So it's a pure case of Bayes theorem, right? It's a pure case of Bayes theorem. So let's say basically two boxes we have. So let's say this is box 1 and box 2, right? So it has probability 1 by 2, 1 by 2. Now, from the first box, you have two possibilities that a number can be either prime or non-prime, right? Or composite, sorry. Same way from the second box, we have either a prime number or a composite number. Now you just need to first check that from 1 to 30, how many prime numbers you have. So from in between 1 to 30, the prime numbers from 1 to 30 are which? So they are 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, and 29. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So probability of prime number is 10 by 30. And a composite number is 20 by 30. Same way, the prime numbers from 31 to 50 are 31 itself, 33, 37, then 41, 43, 47. So they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So the prime number has possible probability 6 by 20. So here 14 by 20. Okay. So the required probability P is, we can say that first box is selected and a prime number from that has probability 10 by 30, or second box is selected and a prime number is selected, that is 20 by 6 by 20, and the condition is the probability that the card was, sorry, it is a non-prime, so it will be 20 by 30, sorry. So here it will be 20 by 30 and here it will be 14 by 20, 20 by 30 and 40 by 20, and it was drawn from box 1. So 1 by 2 and 20 by 30 will be in the numerator. So now I can say that 20 by 30 upon 20 by 30 plus 14 by 20. Now let's solve the case. So I can take 10 common from all. So 2 by 3 upon 20 by 3 plus 14 by 2. So let's go with the expansion. So 40 plus 42 by 6. So it will be 3 by 6, that is 2. So 40 by 82. And if it is 40 by 82, then but sorry guys, I actually 33 is not a prime number, right? So 33 is not a prime number. So there are only 5 prime numbers, right? And if there are 5 prime numbers, then here it will be 15. So let me write down here as 5 by 20, and here it is 15 by 20, right? So 15 by 20, 15 by 20, 15. So here it will be 45, right? And then it will be 85. Sorry for this. And hence your answer will be 8 by 70, right? This is what the required probability is. So A is the answer, right everyone? Okay, so we'll end our session of this part 1 here, and in next session we'll continue with the following questions. Okay, so thank you from my side.